Shalom, Ahab, Ba, Baraka. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara, Kakudash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers over at GMS that have been bringing out the 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. The reason why I say that at the beginning of every class, because they haven't changed it. And everybody else has changed their doctrine. So, alright, without further ado, let's get into it. This is President Trump enlists former ICE official Tom Hammond to serve as the border czar. But what you guys need to listen to, and listen carefully what he's going to say.
300,000 deportations a year. He put child asylum seekers in jail like conditions, and he was also called the deporter-in-chief by Latino activist groups.
We're not talking about President Trump. We're actually talking about President Barack Obama. However, both presidents had something in common. Tom Homan, a cop, border patrol agent, and the man tasked to create the agency we now know as ICE, he writes in his memoir why illegal immigration should not be a partisan issue. He also supports the family separation policy, something he says is not about punishment, but about consequences. So while the country braces for the sweeping changes for immigrants...
Did you hear what he said? Let's go back and listen to it again.
Common. Tom Homan, a cop, border patrol agent, and the man tasked to create the agency we now know as ICE, he writes in his memoir why illegal immigration should not be a partisan issue. He also supports the family separation policy, something he says is not about punishment.
He supports the family separation policy. So what does that mean? It means that he supports taking your children from you. Now, in Georgia, they're trying to pass a new law. If you're an illegal immigrant, they want to put a $1,000 bounty on your head. And then, on top of that, they want to imprison you for life. That is homeborn slavery. So, and you know that we were going to be judged first before the other nations. But I want to read this to you guys really quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting at verse... You know what? Let's start at verse 15. So, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, and come upon thee, and all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So if these people don't keep the laws, guys, I'm sorry, they just don't. Nobody's coming over here trying to follow the scriptures according to the Bible, according to the instructions we were given, the ones that we can obviously follow, the very basic rules and regulations, and that can't even happen. So I'm talking quietly because my kid's doing an online class right now with a live teacher, so I have to kind of speak quiet. But let's read it one more time and then we're going to move forward. So, I'm sorry, let's read it one more time and we're going to move forward. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee. So I want to show you, first of all, let me get the first curse, the very, very first curse. It says, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Now you got to understand, no matter where these people are at, they've got a bullseye on their head right now, and these are our brothers and sisters. So it's really tough just to watch this go down again. We're watching it go down, and there's nothing we can do about it again. And this is why we're always crying out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Let's jump up to verse 32. Look at this. He said that he is in favor of family separation. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. He said that your sons and your daughters are going to be taken He's going to separate the family. He's going to separate the family. And there's not going to be anything you can do about it. And if they don't choose to give your kid back, guess what? You're going to be searching for them for the rest of your life. Let me reconfirm that in the same chapter, Deuteronomy 28, and go down to verse there it is, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And I don't even want to get into the details of the captivity that they put these poor children through. It's horrible. So now remember, they opened the borders and let you in, and then told you, now get the fuck out. We were like, yeah, it's not a good place to go. In our spirit, we were thinking, man, these people shouldn't come here. And all of the prophets knew that this was going to happen. So I'm just going to read this really quick, because it says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And the reason why I want to say that is because he opened the borders up to you. You came right in, and guess what? He has full rulership over you now. He's splitting your family up. You're the tail. You're nothing to these people. You're nothing to these people. But so it's really important in this day and age to really stick to what the scriptures are actually saying. We have to stick to what the instructions are. And like I said, like these people aren't coming back to the truth, but we know that the ones that hear these laws and follow these instructions and know that you can't keep them all, but that doesn't mean you can't keep any of them. So that's just a really nasty statement. You can't keep the laws, so why keep any of them? God hates you if you keep the laws. Horrible, horrible. So you don't keep the laws, and they take your fucking family from you. If thou wilt not hearken unto the what? What the Most High told you to do. So I'm gonna close out with this. It says, I'm gonna go to Matthew chapter 24 and start at verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Shalom.